Your citizens are trapped in poverty. Your citizens are trapped in poverty. Be it your civil servants, your elderly population, the retirement age. In most countries, in most democracies, even in the retirement age, the people that retire, these are the veterans of the society. Before, they hold the society. They were the civil servants, the farmers, the fishermen, the civil servants, lawyers, teachers. They have worked 30, 40 years, 50 years of their life. And now, what has happened? They have reached the age of retirement and they retire and are in society, but they are poor. Yes. We only believe that if somebody has been a farmer before, local farmer, fishermen, just because they were not employed before by the government or the private sector, yes, because they are not employed or they were not employed before by the government or the private sector. In Africa, yes, or here in the Gambia, we think they do not deserve a pension. It is not the case. It is not fair, because I'm going to explain why I think and I believe, and it should happen, that these people, they once hold the economy. Yes. If I am the president, yes. I was employed, yes. Oh, I hold a public office because I am a senior civil servant, or I was employed by the private sector, private corporation. I have worked 20, 30 years, 50 years, and now I am retired. Yes, I have a pension because I was deducted, paying social security. Yes, I'm going to make sure I explain it. Yes, now I deserve a social security, a pension scheme. Yes, no. But if I go to work 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock, 4 p.m., if I get paid, I earn that money, that salary. I need to eat. If I go to the market to buy vegetables, rice, fish, who are the people that were working in that sector? Because any vegetable that I buy and eat, who were the growers? The farmers. So, because I did not have the opportunity to go to the farm because I was employed. Yes. So you see, so they already hold something. And they were paying duties. They were paying duties. Market duties as vendors. They get tickets every day at the market because they have a store. We only take it from them, but we do not want to give it to them. We don't want to put it back to them. This is the case in Africa and in the Guinea. It's not fair. If I have a fish today, I want to eat because it's going to give me protein. Yes, protein for my diet. Who? And the people that caught that fish until I have it in the market, buy it, is because of those people. So we should know that even though they were not employed directly, there was no deduction or mechanism or scheme that was deducting or contributing a pension for them. Now the government should make sure now they're looking after this elderly population because they deserve it. They are part of the society. And they were once our parents. Yes. So the government should now put back into them, at least in the Gambia. I have done my research, and I know it is possible to start paying people. Increase their salary force. Yes, to increase their salary. It's possible. It is possible for the government to increase salary or the salaries and encourage the private sector to increase salaries. Yes, there are good measures, there are good policies, there are good initiatives that I have seen. We can do it, we can adopt. If we do not want to see this thing, the government is not going to allow it. They're not going to even think it is viable. Yes, that is the case in the Gambia. That's why people do not know. The government is also playing the system, whereas they prefer we don't know. So it is easier for them to control our funds, our wealth, our resources. Now, let's make sure we create a fairer society for people, all aspects of the society, all walks of life. The elderly population, the elderly people, they deserve a contribution or a funding. At least we can start paying them, because once they get sick, who is going to afford their medication bill, their prescription bill? Who is going to afford it? In a scenario whereas as an elderly person, you are over 65 years and you are poor, you don't have a family or a stronger family or children that are going to support you. In most cases, these are the people that are being trapped, are forced, and are now bound to trap in poverty. Because once I do not have my children living abroad in the diaspora to send me feast money or monthly allowance, now that person in society is trapped in poverty. It's not fair. We can create a system that will make sure that everything is going to be fair in our society, in our nation, in our country. It is possible. We can have 10 measures, 10 policies that will raise more funding, raise more money, and we can have more things to do. As a government, we want the government to listen. We have seen that it is possible in the Gambia to transform our economy, to develop. These are things like newly born babies. These are all things that the government can afford it. You can start paying any newly born baby in the country, give a contribution, give an allowance, like the annual budget that we give out. We say the Minister of Education has this budget, the Minister of Finance has this budget, the Minister of Agriculture has this budget. Let's cut down the unnecessary spending. Let's cut down the unnecessary waste, and then we can afford to pay our children, because some parents are struggling. They have 3, 4 children. They're going to raise all these children on their own. So this would create lack of disadvantages for these families. And they are trapped in this poverty. Now they have no other solution except to do other things. That's why things are happening in our society. We have to start and think why are these things in the society, in the countries, is happening. We should know that because of certain things, if you do not do it, your citizens will find a problem that they cannot even understand or even have a solution to get out of it. Is going to create problems. So anything is possible in the Gambia. Let's create a fair society for our people. Development is possible. We can exploit our river, our sea, the river Gambia. This is a vast resource we can exploit. The sea, we have our maritime border, that alone, from the border with Senegal to Khartoum, our border, this is our resource. These two sectors and farming can transform the Gambia. And then you reform your economy. We are no longer producing. It's no longer a production economy in the Gambia. Yes, you can have a production, manufacturing. Yes, it's possible. Let the government stop this tribal politics and focus with the outside world. Engage your country as a leader, as a president. Yes, as a president, it is possible. Venture out to the world outside, and you'll have funding, you'll have investors coming into the country. We have how many Gambians are living abroad. All these things is possible. Engage them rather than encourage them to come back into the country. Create a system where their investment will be protected. That's what we call in an economy financial protection, so that they can have the confidence to come back into the country. Let's take advantage of this. Rather than saying everybody that is outside the country, no, we can encourage them. In the Gambia, we have a lot of people, the citizens, so many people, citizens are living outside. Create a system whereas it is possible for them to come back in their own country and invent things and create things and invest. Yes, there's a lot of wealth. That is another sector. We can generate it, encourage tourism. So sometimes the government, even in the Gambia, you can do many things, many policies that will encourage tourists to come back into the country. They want to come back again the following season. Why is it that things are not happening? We see that it is possible, it can happen, but it's not happening in the Gambia. That's what I want to know. And that's what I am asking my fellow citizens, my leaders, why things are not happening. It is possible. You can have everything. We can change gradually. Our economy will perform. Situation will change. But if you create that, your citizens will lose hope. And if they lose hope, people will feel that It would even make them lazy, but they are not lazy. Get the people on their feet, support the people, support your citizens, encourage them, then they will have hope. We are losing talent. We have so many people out in society, they have talent, but we are losing talent of our younger generation. We are losing talent of our younger generation because they are trapped in a circle of hopelessness. No idea. The youths are already intelligent, but they have no idea what they are doing, what they're supposed to do, and that they can do anything or do many things. Encourage your people. This is what the outside world did. They encourage their people. Create university. All these schools, let them have research centers. Let them collaborate. We make sure we invite people to come into the country. Our citizens, let us research.